If you are a cargo van owner operator and you want to make money consistently and reflexively, I want you to stop making the three mistakes that I want to talk to you about. You need to stop making these three mistakes, okay? Let me give you an overview here. So what are the mistakes that we're talking about? And this is based on our research in this industry for the last 30 years, okay? So folks who are making these mistakes, they're always broke. They're always having money problems. Their owner-operator business is not working. So, boss, I want you to stop making the mistake I'm about to tell you. First thing first, mistake number one, disregarding local shippers. See, the whole thing here is that a lot of folks, a lot of owner-operators, they believe that, to make money, they have to go on load boards and whatnot. They have to search on the internet, blah, 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 blah. What about the shippers who's just next door, boss? You have a gem, you have a gold mine next to you. You're just ignoring it, going like 1,000 miles looking for loads, looking for opportunities in another state. What I'm trying to say here is that if you are, for example, in New York City, I want you to look around. You want to look around a 50-mile radius or a 100-mile radius and look around and look at the local shippers. Okay, it's really important. So you want to start reaching out to local shippers, local companies, if you haven't already done so. It's a lot easier to actually talk to someone whom you can actually walk to, as opposed to being on the phone and trying to close a deal. Okay, so after defining your service area, you can begin to contact companies to offer your services. It's a lot easier to win local delivery contracts than it is to win larger national contracts, because you won't have to compete with larger shippers and distributors like FedEx or Amazon. Okay, and focusing on local companies will also allow you to identify and cater to specific delivery needs in the area. This is important. Okay, and so let me give you an example, like a very basic example. You can plan around regional considerations like transporting fish via a reefer, right, along the coast, for example, or you can think about groceries. So the bottom line is you need to compile a list of companies you plan to contact, including details like the name of the person you hope to speak to and how you plan to contact them. The second thing I want you to really think about, we are still in mistake number one though, disregarding local companies. See, the whole thing here is that you need to actually, by the way, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. We're having a quick convo about the three mistakes you need to stop making if you don't want to end up being a broke owner operator. I don't want you to be in that category, okay? So disregarding local shippers, you need to also think about optimize your website and utilize SEO. Now you're probably thinking that, this guy's just talking like a foreign language, whatever. SEO means search engine optimization. The whole thing here is that when we talk about making sure that you are actually winning business in your geography, in your proximity, it means that you need to have also a website. I don't care the size of your business, and don't you start telling me about, hey, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, then you want to reach out to someone who understands how to actually build a basic website. It doesn't cost anything. Nowadays, you probably have you can have a website for free, but our view, it's just a lot better to spend like $5 or $10 and maintain a website. $10, boss, $10. So if you're serious about an owner-operator business, whether it is expediter or just a regular load hauling, you need to have a website and you got to utilize SEO. Now, I'm not going to dwell too long on the SEO part of things, because this is not a course on search engine optimization or search engine marketing for that matter. If you are interested in that aspect of things, just drop us a question below and we'll certainly answer you, okay? So it's also important in terms of reaching out to local shippers. Market your business, boss. We're talking about marketing your business. Talk about your business. We have traditional marketing like local newspapers, radio ads, even billboards. Now, those could cost a lot of cash, but just a lot better, for example, to have a page on social media. Yeah, reach out to folks and let people know that you are in business and that you are serious about this business. Okay, try something called Google My Business. So a complete Google My Business page will display details about your business that may turn browsers into customers. So make sure you include a company website link, contact information, and customer reviews that can sway customers who may be on the fence. If you need more information, just drop us questions below. We'll certainly explain everything to you. So, mistake number one, disregarding local shippers. Mistake number two, ignoring niche loads. Niche loads. By the way, boss, I just want to remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about the 3 mistakes you got to stop making if you don't want to end up a broke owner operator, cargo van operator, sprinter van operator, you name it. So what am I talking about? When we talk about niche loads, see, the whole thing is that everybody, all owner operators want to go for the easy stuff. Like, yeah, I want to load from point A to point Z. I want to go back to my family. I want to blah, blah, blah. You want to make money? Are you serious here? If you want to make money, you have to go the extra mile, literally. You have to actually go for those loads that are niche in our view, because not a lot of owner operator wants to go, like they don't want to go that route. So that means what? It means that you are going to travel less crowded routes. You're going to travel less crowded ways. Okay. So niche loads are the less competitive loads that you can find, you can find very easily, and where you don't find lots of carriers fighting for. For example, hazmat, okay, perishable goods, construction, middle mile, last mile, weekend, late night or early morning delivery, reefer delivery. See, the whole thing here is that these loads pay way, 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 way more, that require you to fulfill additional requirements in terms of licenses and permits, delivery vehicles, availability times, and so on and so forth. Okay, and a lot of owner operators, they don't want to go that route because they're a lazy boss. Don't end up being a lazy ass. Don't be a lazy ass. If you want to be successful in terms of this industry, you have to actually be willing to travel the extra mile, and I mean this quite literally, the extra mile, both metaphorically but also in reality. Okay, so when we talk about having, for example, when I talk about the delivery vehicle, you got to make sure you have the right car, the mid-size vehicle, a pickup truck, a cargo van, sprinter van, whatever vehicle is required for that niche load. Make sure you have it. I want to dig a little deeper here. Let me give you an example. Let's say, you want to consider a niche industry, a niche load like the construction industry. Well, it's a very profitable niche that a lot of owner operators, they actually forget or they ignore. Okay, so when we talk about basically delivering for the construction industry, if you choose to do that, that means what? It means that you have to make sure that you are able to organize yourself in a way where you can actually serve an industry where time is of the essence. See, when we talk about construction industry, you need to understand some of those contracts, there are clauses in the contract that says, if you don't deliver my building, if you don't deliver my house within 3 months or within the agreed upon time, there are penalties, and there are monetary penalties. So those construction guys, those developers, they are under constant pressure, which means that if you want to haul for them, if you want to haul loads for them, for the construction industry, timing is very important. Punctuality. You got to find a way to minimize daily ordering. You got to actually find a way to actually reduce downtime. Okay, you got to think about what's really important for them. You have to think about, so there's something called on-site sorting. Okay, that means that you have to find a way, when you actually deliver for the construction industry, you need to actually organize yourself in such a way that when you actually deliver on site, they don't have to sort too much. Things are already sorted. Okay, you need to think about how to actually take care of bulk shipments. Okay, it's really important that the construction industry, they do have specific requests. So my question to you is, boss, if you want to go that route, if you want to go that specific niche, you need to find a way to actually get yourself ready, having the right vehicle, having the right mindset, and also being punctual. Okay, so bottom line is, mistake number one, disregarding local shippers. Mistake number two, ignoring niche loads. Those are things that will keep you broke. Don't do that. Mistake number three, not cultivating current customers. Whew, this is really a big one. By the way, I want to quickly remind you to this topic. We're having a conversation about the three mistakes you got to stop making if you want to make money in this industry. Okay, let me just break it down because this is a very important sort of conversation to have. See, the whole thing is right now, boss, you probably have one or two or three customers. And the thing is, you are constantly looking for new customers. You're constantly trying to, spend time on load boards. You're constantly asking people around, can I have new customers? How can I find new customers? We get a lot of questions from viewers. Yeah, I'm right now in Michigan. How do I actually have more customers? Or I'm somewhere in I don't know. I'm somewhere in Florida. I'm somewhere in New York. I'm somewhere in Oklahoma. How do I actually find new customers? And our first question is, how many customers do you currently have? Well, I probably have five or seven customers, but I would like to have 15. Or I probably have 10 customers, and I want to have 20. And our next question is, okay, what about the current customers? How can you cultivate them? What have you done in the last 3 months, in the last 6 months to cultivate your current relationships, your current customers? Those are the ones who are paying your bills. Those are the ones who are actually putting food on the table. Those are the ones who are actually making your kids go to school. Those are the ones who are trying to take care of your family's health. Those are the ones feeding you right now. What are you doing to thank them? What have you done to thank them? What have you done to improve your relationship with them? It's really important. See, the whole thing here is you have cake. You have a cake on your plate, and you're looking for extra cake. My thing is, and this is based on research we have done in the last 25 to 30 years. You need to cultivate your current customers. You need to make them feel special. You need to actually find a way. See, in banking, there is a concept called cross-selling. There's a concept called upselling, cross-selling. So your customers right now, find a way. If you're making, let's say, revenue of 1,000 or 10,000 from a single customer, try to find ways to bring that revenue amount to $15,000. So this year, you probably, like, if you made $10,000 last year from one client, think about the best strategy for you to actually bring that number up this year. Those are things I want you to think about. Now, how do you actually do it? How do you actually increase revenue? How do you cultivate relationships? How do you, with current customers, of course, how do you build better customer relationships? The thing is, you need to have a goal first. See, it's not about, when we talk about making money as an owner operator, or in general for that matter, it's not about you. See, you got to switch things around, because right now, if you're thinking, I want to make money, and you're thinking, me, you are tripping. You are tripping. I'm just telling you right now. What you want to do, you want to think about how to add value. How to add value. Think about, have this mindset in life where you are thinking first about helping. When you think about helping, if you do a good job at helping others, the universe, quote unquote, the universe will bless you. Okay, money is just a byproduct of you adding value. So when we talk about you adding value to your customers, think about how to actually communicate well. You want to ask for and respond to customer feedback. Okay, if you have delivered some loads and the customer is telling you, they're happy, wonderful. If they're not happy, ask them why. You got to really show that you are genuinely interested in the conversation. You are interested, honestly, in the kind of feedback they're giving you. Think about building trust. Okay, when we talk about relationships, trust is the foundation of every relationship. Every relationship, even animals, they base relationships on trust. Okay, so you need to treat your customers like humans. See, your customers are not just numbers that actually provide for your family to be fed. Okay, and no. Customers are humans. They have needs. They have a business to run. That's true. But they also need to actually take care of other things in their lives. So it's really important if you want to increase your relationships with your current customers as a cargo van or a sprinter van owner operator. Treat your customers like humans, and you want to reward loyalty. If a customer has been with you for, let's say, the last 5 years, you want to reward them. Like, little gestures of gratitude go a long way, a long, long way. Okay? Don't be an ungrateful, sorry ass. Don't be that. Don't be that owner operator. You want to be grateful. You want to be a thankful. You want to be a loyal. You want to be an owner operator who rewards loyalty. Okay? Customers have a long memory. They remember those things. They remember those things. I can bet you they remember those things. Okay? So, very important. Let me close today's conversations by giving you a few pro tips. So, just gonna want to quickly remind you. So, here are the three mistakes you need to stop making if you want to make a lot of cash in this industry. Disregarding local shippers, ignoring niche loads, not cultivating current customers. Now, the thing is that when we talk about actually increasing customer relationships, it's really important to understand that customization and personalization will help you build stronger customer relationships. What I'm trying to say here is that every customer wants to be treated like a queen or a king. Every customer wants to be treated like they're really adding value to your business, which they are, by the way. So you want to also add value to their business, to their lives, if you can. And that means what? It starts with thank you. It starts with personalization. It starts with little notes of gratitude, but those things must be customized, must be bespoke. This is really important. Let me give you an example. Let's say you want to say thank you to a customer. You want to thank them maybe on their birthday, and you want to thank them on their child's birthday. This is how much you can actually customize your appreciation for your customer. Okay. And when we talk about building trust, you build trust by increasing transparency. See, the whole thing is that you explain to your customers, for example, how you operate. So when we talk about transparency, it means that you actually keep them updated as you're hauling loads from point A to point Z all across their value chain. Customer love owner operators who are constantly giving them notifications, who are constantly giving them updates. There's nothing worse than actually being a customer and you have entrusted your load to a shipper, to a carrier rather, and they're not even getting back to you. There's no notification, there's nothing. Even biggies such as UPS, USPS, FedEx, and whatnot, they have online platforms where you can track the status of your shipments. So, you got to think about, like, if those biggies are doing it, what about you, a smallie? So this is really important. So you got to have a way, you got to find a way to actually do that also. And the third thing I also want you to pay attention to is to focus. You want to focus less on the sale. See, if you want to build relationships for the long run, that's what I said earlier. You want to pay attention more. You want to pay attention to adding value. Start adding value. Think about adding value, and sales will come naturally. Okay, when you add value, people are happy. People are comfortable giving you business, giving you extra business. It ain't about just closing the deal. It's about adding value. It's about contributing to your customer's bottom line. If you have that mindset, if you had this cognitive stance, what we call cognitive stance, you are going to win as an owner operator. They will never be broke. I guarantee you. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I just finished talking to you about the three mistakes you got to stop making as an owner operator, as a cargo van operator, as a sprinter van operator, if you want to actually make money consistently and reflexively. Mistake number one, you got to avoid disregarding local shippers. Mistake number two, ignoring niche loads. Mistake number three, not cultivating current customers. Thank you. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.